Greetings, friends and fiends, and guys and ghouls of all ages. Well, sorry about that. Bit of a frog in the throat. Well, maybe a village. Oh, welcome to the Draconic Versus YouTube channel. I'm your humble host, Olde Dragon. Friends and fiends, I gotta say that I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, but it's just that it was only recently that I was able to get the dragon's den that you see around me to the point where I could make videos. But the day has finally arrived, and the Draconic Versus is ready. Ready to take that next step up the evolutionary ladder. And before I go any further, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all the people that have been following the blog and following me on Twitter these past 5 years since I first started the blog up. Thank you for all the kind and gracious words of friendship and encouragement, and all the very nice things in the comment sections on the blog posts themselves. And I want to give a very special shout out and thank you to my friends in the TCM party and the drive-in mob, because without all of you, there might not have been a Draconic Versus. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the blog or myself, I'll try to give you a basic idea of what I write about. I try to offer my insights and my opinions and observations on various aspects of popular culture. Although, granted, I do tend to focus through the lens of science fiction and fantasy. I do reviews of Blu-ray and DVD releases. I talk about comic books, old and new, TV shows, old and new. Starting to see a theme here? And I write about movies as well. But again, they all fall in that certain purview of science fiction and fantasy, and occasionally some horror as well. And I try to do it in a very light-hearted way. You see, I've been a fan of so many different things for so long. I mean, pretty much since some fandoms were in their infancy. And it just does my heart good to see how far some of them have come. I mean, I just love so many different things. I love Doctor Who and Star Trek and Star Wars. I love The Lord of the Rings and all things J.R. Tolkien. I love anime, whether it's very old school like Gigantor and Speed Racer, or more recent vintage anime like Bleach and Fairy Tail. I love giant monster movies of the 50s and 60s. You know, movies like Them, or The Giant Behemoth, or The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. And of course, that goes without saying that I'm a big Godzilla fan. I mean, I love Godzilla movies. Oh, but then again, I guess you might have realized that already. Hello. And you see, I talk about all these different things that I love so much. And I want to share my information and my knowledge and my memories and my stories of all these things. You see, if you look at each of these fandoms as a world, well, then there's so many different journeys to take. And there are different doorways that you can start these journeys from. I mean, there are comic books. There are other types of collectibles, whether it's Funko Pops or badges from Star Trek or model kits or T-shirts or posters or hats. Anything that can serve as a touchstone, as a memento of one of these fandoms that you love. Now, you may have noticed in back of me the rather large pile, well, okay, it's a wall of comic boxes, and the shelf in back of me with the plates and the figurines on them. Well, this is the dragon's den, after all, and we dragons tend to hoard our treasures in our dens. And that's what the Draconic Versus is. It's my collection of stories and memories. And I want to pass them along to, well, the next generation of dreamers and believers, because I think it's very important that you do that. Well, that's really about it. I just wanted to give you a basic introduction to what you can expect here and over there on the blog. And, oh, before I forget, please do me a great big favor and press that little subscribe button down there. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, and who wouldn't, all of my links to my Twitter accounts are down in the information section too. Friends and fiends, I'll see you in the future. End of line.